Football and diving are about as different as sports can get. Football has a very black and white objective: get the ball to the other side of the field. Diving, on the other hand, is much more cryptic, having more specific and more precise methods of scoring points. But how different are these sports, and which one is right for you?
Getting tired of boring normal chairs always getting you down, or work entirely as they were designed to, we will have a big deal for you. The Wheezy brand crippled chairs allows you to sit on one of many unusual positions such as reclining, side leaning, and tool forwards. It costs one less wheel worth of plastic to make a crippled chair, so we will sell it to you for $39.94, a total of 5 cents saved. Call now.
The most professional form of football is the National Football League, NFL. The level before that is National College Athletic Association, NCAA, more commonly known as college football. However, your odds of ever playing in these leagues are very small because of how many people want to play. The rules of football are simple. Unlike diving, no aspect of football is based on the opinion. The objective in football is to outscore your opponent with competition of touchdown, PATs, field goals, and on some occasions, safeties. It starts from our 4 captains from each term with the referee out of the explaining of the rules. They flip a coin, head or tails. Each team gets 4 downs. You are permitted 30 seconds between plays. If you fail, meet this requirement, you get a 5-yard penalty. Then there are flags that you cannot tackle the other team. By their collar, you cannot hold them. You can't headhunt, intentionally hit them in the head. If the score is ever at the end of the game, it will go overtime on. If you start at the 20-yard line and you have 4 plays to get a touchdown to win the game, but if you don't make those in the 4 plays, then automatically turns the ball over to the other team. This process is repeated until one team scores.
Diving is a sport of jumping or falling into water from a platform or springboard, usually while performing acrobatics. Diving is an internationally recognized sport that is part of the Olympic Games. In addition, unconstructed and non-competitive diving is a recreational pastime. Diving is the most popular Olympic sport with spectators. Competitors possess many of the same characteristics as gymnasts and dancers, including strength, flexibility, judgment, and air awareness. Some professional divers were originally gymnasts or dancers, as both the sports have similar characteristics to diving. There are 4 main diving positions. First is the forward position. Second is back position. The next 3 are a little bit more complicated. Third is reverse, which is when you stand forward and flip backwards. Fourth is when you stand backwards and flip forwards toward the board. There is one more, but it is only for platform diving. This is when you stand on your hands on the edge of the platform and flip frontwards or backwards.
Speaking of diving, unless you were living under a rock this summer, you know that the 2016 Olympic Games took place in Rio de Janeiro in Brazil this summer.
The Olympic recap, there was earlier this year in 2016, the Rio de Janeiro Olympics. For the medal count, America had 121 medals. Second took Great Britain with 68 medals. Third took China with 70 medals. The reason is Great Britain's higher than China is because Great Britain had more silver and gold medals than China. Also, earlier this year there was the 2016 Paralympic Olympics. One athlete named Roy Perkinsons went there for his 3rd Olympics and took 3rd in the 50-meter freestyle. He has no arms lower than his elbows and no feet. So shout out to him. Thank you.
If you play football, you will likely have a different experience than another person who has also played. This is because there are 11 positions for offense and defense, and each position can only be filled by one player. The offense positions are quarterback, halfback, center, right guard, right tackle, left tackle, tight end, 2 wide receivers, and either a flex, WR, or fullback. There are so many different formations using these positions that it really isn't worth going all over them. But with all of these positions, each team has a chance to get creative and run different strategies.
in stores now.
There are two types of boards. There is springboards and concrete platforms. There are two measurements for springboard, which are 1 meter and 3 meter. For platform, there are 5 measurements. There are 1 meter, 3 meter, 5 meter, 7 meter, and 10 meter. With this ranging heights, there can be major disasters. Competitors at the World University Games in 1983 knew that Sergei Chalabashvili's dive could end in tragedy. The 21-year-old Soviet was attempting a 3 1/2 reverse somersault in tuck position, and he'd struggled with the dive in practice. Chalabashvili's head struck the 10-meter high platform, resulting in multiple skull fractures. He died of heart failure. This dive became known as the dive of death.
Mule deer season is underway. Obviously, this is a big deal in our school and many young men and women participating in it. Let's go to the field to see what some local youth hunters have to say.
I'm Trey Synonymous, and the youth hunting season is coming up pretty soon. With so many youth hunters, boys and girls, hunting in our school, it's a very big deal. So we're going to go and we're going to look at some of the strategies, places, and just generally experiences that some youth hunters are going to be expecting from their hunt this year. Let's go find some hunters. All right, so Dylan, where are you going to be hunting this year?
I'll be hunting up Franklin's Canyon. It's kind of by East Canyon.
All right, are you just going trophy hunting or are you meat hunting this year?
I'm doing a little bit of both, but pretty much just for the fun and hanging out with friends.
Yeah. Have you done any scouting so far this year?
Yeah, I went a couple weekends ago and I found some pretty nice bucks that I'm looking at.
Is there any particular buck you're really looking at?
Yeah, his name's called Freak. He's got like a drop tine and he's a 4-point, but it's pretty cool.
Ooh, drop tine 4-point, that's pretty cool. So if you were the president of the DWR, would you change anything about the Summit County deer hunt, or would you just leave it as it is?
I'd probably just leave it as is. I've never really had any problems with it.
So
Yeah,
we have a pretty good system here, is that right?
yeah, I think so.
Alright, so what's the biggest deer you've ever killed?
I've killed a 3x3. It was 20 inches wide, 18 inches tall.
Alright, so where are you going to be hunting this year?
I'll be hunting on my property in Franklin Canyon in Henford, Utah.
Another Franklin Canyon. That's cool. So have you done any scouting?
Yeah, last weekend we went up and went calling for elk, but I'm only hunting deer this year, so yep.
So did you see any deer particularly that you're going to be going after?
The weekend before my father saw a couple, but that weekend they were kind of scarce, so hopefully this weekend we'll be able to go back out.
Yeah, hopefully you have better luck this weekend. So if you were the president of the DWR, what would you change about the Summit deer hunt, if anything?
I'd probably make it longer because I believe that it's kind of a short season, and particularly for people that are over the age of 18, they have a harder time, they have like a shorter span of time that they can hunt. So personally me, I would like it to be longer, and that's probably the only thing I would change.
Alright, so are you just trophy hunting or are you just meat hunting this year?
My family particularly does both, so we like to go for deer that we're going to eat, but also for trophy hunting. We are big and competitive in between our families to see who can get the biggest deer. So,
Yeah. So speaking of big deer, what's the biggest deer you've ever killed?
last year I killed a 4-point that had extreme mass and extreme eye guards, and so that's the biggest one I've killed.
That's pretty cool. Alright, so where are you going to be hunting deer this year?
Skull Valley, Utah.
Oh. Alright, so are you going for a trophy or are you just meat hunting this year?
Anything's good for me. I like meat. I like the horns. It's just something.
Just out
Get
there to
out.
have fun.
Yeah, pretty much.
Alright, so if you were the president of the DWR, is there anything you would change about the Summit County deer hunt?
I don't know a lot about them. They might have their rules intact for other reasons, and I haven't looked into what their rules are. And so there's not really anything I would personally like to change.
Yeah, pretty good as it is. So what's the biggest deer you've ever killed?
190
190?
last year.